Well, good morning. Here I am, early as usual. I don't know. The internet keeps going off and on for my YouTube. So I thought, well, maybe I should just start it and let it go. Even though I'm early, I've still got my coffee. But yeah, I'm just gonna just let it go. I've been sort of looking around YouTube and I noticed, hey, there's like live streams of people sleeping. So it can't be any boring than that. So let me introduce myself. My name is Gail. I've been creating content for the internet for it would be over 30 years if you count Usenet and all that. I created a site about holidays and celebrations because every day there's something to celebrate. So, here, let me go check this. I want to make sure I'm working on my old big TV. I'm just listening to some healing music right now. Because I'm healing. I'll give you a little bit more introduction in a minute when I realize why my other me is not here. Ah, there I am. Hello.
There I am. Hello.
Let's hit mute on that. Why is there only one of me in here? Okay. Here we go. This is the story of my life. Give me a minute. I'm going to go back to my healing music here. I need all the healing I can get right now. I usually go live at 5, but I'm always ready at 4, so maybe I should just start going live at 4. I don't know. Okay, that was the healing music on. There we go. Yeah, I created a website, and it's about celebrations. So, like for instance, today is Bhutan National Day. So, what I'll do is I'll try to get all the key links to Bhutan, put them in a row, a few videos, a couple of books, media, what you need to know about Bhutan all in one place. Whether it's a Bhutan holiday or not, you may want to learn. So today, and I have the links down below, today is Maple Syrup Day and Bhutan National Day, the 17th of December. Now let me tell you why I'm here. Okay. I've created content for 30 years, but I have autism, so I do not have really good communication skills to be able to promote myself. So therefore, I'm not as successful as I probably could be. I'm really trying. I also have a number of health issues, including Crohn's disease and trigeminal neuralgia, which affects the nerves in my face. And they're both quite painful, unfortunate. I've been on bed rest since October with an internal infection that just seems to want to keep bouncing back. So, I'm trying my best to keep myself occupied by having to stay in bed. I'm not even allowed to sit up. I'm actually sitting up like this and letting this sore neck. So I have a lot of problems, and I seem to have a yo-yo. But I'm just trying to make it in this world, and I'm hoping that I can connect with other people that I want to be transparent and real, and this is what you get. You get all the blemishes, and you get all the celebrations when they happen. I got to do something to keep myself up, but I'm just trying to make it, and I've been fortunate enough through the last year to come across a few bloggers, and some I become friendly with, that they've been having a hard time, and they've had to make it, and they've gone on YouTube just to be able to share their experience to help other people, if other people are going through something, to be there for them, or to be there for each other. I don't know how I'm going to get a community of that, but I sure would like, if you are struggling. Of course, I have anxiety and depression too because I have autism. if you're struggling with any of these issues, or none at all, or just having a hard time, or just need a friend, or lonely, especially at this time, I want to make this a really safe, helpful place where people can share. I don't know how I'll deal with trolls if they come in, because I'm sure they'd love to attack people like us that are already down. But I have an experience of working with children's chat rooms way back in the day, and I think you pretty well learn everything there. Anyways, yeah, I live in Vancouver Island. I'm just hoping to find people that, let's see, gotta get comfortable. I'm gonna be here for a while. Just trying to make it in their life, just trying to make it in their world. I'm an elder, and let's do my coffee. I'm 67 years old. Um, I gotta open the window. It's getting too hot in here. Hold on. You know, the reason that I've been coming on early mornings mostly is it's a really difficult time for me. I'm more apt to have a meltdown or about a depression or anxiety or something. Maybe because I don't like this. Maybe because it's still it's the early morning and the day starting. And when you're starting a day where you're already having a problem, I never had a problem. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know what I'm expecting out of this channel. All I know is, and I don't even know how to get where I want to go or where I want to go. But the thing is, there's a lot of people who I know must be in the same situation, must be worried for one reason or another. And believe me, in my 67 years, I have been through so much that hopefully, if somebody comes in here and has a problem, I might have some suggestions of moving forward or encouragement or something. But I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I figure, okay, I'm gonna do a live at 5. I'll get myself prepared for that. But I'm always ready by 4. So maybe I'll make a 4 to 6. I don't know. I just don't know. I just know that there's a lot of lonely people, and maybe someone will be lonely and will come in. I don't even. I can chat about a lot of things. I have, I'm knowledgeable about a lot of things because of the website I create. I've got 630 pages of content. Oh, the website is linked down below. But it's gocybernaut.com. That's GOCYBERNAUT.com. And I tell you, I would totally appreciate anybody that would want to stop by there, and expand your knowledge about a number of things. I was wondering, I'm always ready to go for it. I was just wondering if anybody would be awake. So I started looking around on YouTube, and there's actually like live streams of people sleeping. So I thought, well, I can't be any more boring than that. Yeah, so today is the 17th of December. We're celebrating maple syrup and Bhutan. Links down below. Down below. Yeah, I'm back. I can't sit up again. I don't know. Just this internal infection that I have just keeps on bouncing back, getting me down. I had an actual autistic meltdown yesterday. Well, it was like everything. I got you need to go for your COVID shot, book that for Sunday. Then worried about how am I going to get there on Sunday because the buses don't run at the right time. And should I phone Ola and ask, is she working, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, because I guess I got so upset, this infection started up. I thought, well, now I can't go out anyways. Then I don't tell you, man, I hate email. I don't know how you are. Phone calls, email, hate them. I'm always figuring it's going to be bad news. And yesterday, I hadn't checked it in 4 or 5 days. Better check it. And Sure enough, email from my host company of my website saying, oh, on the 19th, we're going to be doing a change of your IP address. So you're going to have to go into your whatever system, DNS, whatever, and change the numbers, and we'll send you the instruction when you got to do it. Well, in May, when all the trouble started with Google, this is what happened. Because the DNS went down, Google went to Spider, found that the whatever safety, security certificates were not in order, and just spit everything down. I had to start from start again. And that took me from May until just a few months ago. So of course I'm starting to have an anxiety attack. I just had a total anxiety attack over yesterday. It's probably going to be simple because I've done it before. If I follow the directions, they're very good at it. I bet you it's just going to be a number of things of going in and changing like the set of 9 numbers or whatever it is. But geez, it seems like just get up on the old roller coaster there, and I'm doing good. And it's like, oh, here, let's give you this and see how you handle it. So yeah, I had my meltdown yesterday. It was the whole thing about, oh God, I'm actually Googling how to find hope. What is hope? You know, and I have it. I'm doing that. I'm working towards something, whatever their definition is. But I guess maybe I was not doing these things. So I thought, I'm going to run this past you. It's like, I can't be the only person suffering from depression and anxiety and all this stuff and that feels alone. Maybe I should try to open this up in the daytime to invite people who are feeling like that. Maybe we can work on it together, and maybe we can just support each other. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to get people. But maybe I should do a focus on doing a daily chat like that. I mean, I can't be alone. My only problem is I get so emotional so easily. I mean, I'm telling you, I never cried probably for the first 25 years of my life. I never cried, not once. I just didn't cry. I didn't cry. I barely spoke, but you would never believe now. I'm rattling on. I mean, I don't know. I rattle along with you. I can't. Maybe because I think when there's a lot of people, I don't process it. Sometimes things fast enough, or I don't make sense. So I don't know. So I don't talk. I'm used to talk, especially for an hour. But no, it's only for an hour. Oh yeah, the crying thing. Never cried till I was like 25, but now, well, no, it's since I lost Lucy. I will cry at the drop of a hat. I am so emotional. I don't want to sit here and cry in front of people. I mean, how's that going to help people unless we realize that we're in the same thing? I want to know. I just want to know how to help. I just want to know how to get to people to help. And, I think what it is, I watched 2 YouTube channels in particular, Tanya FM for sure, and basically she came in at her lowest, which is where I feel right now. I don't even. I am at my lowest right now, and it took a while, but it was to be able to identify with somebody else who's going through not exactly the same thing, but the same emotional ups and lows and whatever. But to watch her, and I mean, it's been a year to really, really blossom into this, to the woman she is now, has been really good for me. I think she is what was inspired me. Let's go on. I'm sure there's other people that need someone, that need someone to talk to, that need a friend or just a safe place. So, way up Tanya for one. And then when I first got ill in October, I mean, I was channel surfing everywhere, but I came across Elizabeth Veronica. And, here she was. She's going to be homeless. She's got like poor small children and a teenager who lives with his father. But you know, and it's just a matter of weeks to watch her. I don't know, just like pull a rabbit out of the hat over and over again, and build a community that basically work together to get her settled and to see. I mean, she's still got garbage happening. There's still life that she's got to deal with. But I've watched her. It's go from a scary situation to where she's getting stronger every day. So I thought, maybe I can do that. I think there's more need of it. Um, there's more need of authentic people. Um, I don't know. I think like yesterday when I had my meltdown, when I do reach those lows, I guess I say, yeah, I do. I think about who else is going through stuff like this, and how can I help? I don't know. Anyway, now with it today, absolutely no sitting up, which is probably good because what have I got to do? Basically nothing. Let's see, Maple Syrup Day, Bhutan National Day. I'm not going to be putting my links into Google because everything would go crazy on the 19th, and I have to start all over again. I mean, I just want to create content and have a website. I don't want to have to worry about all these background things. So I got a proofread for January. Creativity months, CBD months, and polka music months. That's it. Oh my God. Lit note. Upgrade. December 19th. Meltdown. Depression. God. But you know what? I'm just going to keep it in my mind that this is going to be a simple thing. It's going to take me 5 minutes to do it. The website don't be down long enough for Google to spider it if I don't tell Google to spider it. And I only had 4 pages left. I inserted all 620, 6 pages. It's almost like the universe is like, why? I mean, I try to live a really karmic. I really try to not do anybody wrong. I try not to. I mean, it's hard sometimes not to judge people, especially when you see something. People. I mean, hey, I'm sure someone's going to come in here and judge me and say, "Ooh, who is this old lady? She's got all this face breaking out. Oh, it's just all dry and that has like very few clothes, obviously." Oh, I'm telling you, coffee time. Got my coffee already. Oh, did I tell you how an irritable bowel attack last night too? Thank goodness for the TENS machine. It was like the funny thing is the main reason I go for the COVID shot is because it keeps my irritable bowel in check. I usually can go about 5 months without an attack, but and then it starts again. So I know that's what it is. I know it's the COVID shot that's doing it. It's the only that's been different since 1984. 40 years I've had corona. I was diagnosed. I know I've had it longer, but cancel that one. And of course it was like Sunday at 10:10 in the morning. It was the last appointment. I don't even know if I can get one in January, but I'm figuring I'm not going out. I'm not leaving this bed apparently for a while. Maybe I won't catch COVID. Then I'm thinking, with my luck and my immune system, maybe I will. And this is my mind. So I thought, no, I'm canceling the thing. I can't go anyways because I'm not well again. Please let me stay in bed. I don't know. But I think maybe I'm going to try that later. I'm going to try to start a chat thing for people that are going through stuff. I wish it was more two-way though, because I don't know if my nattering on is helping anybody. I know it's helping me. I guess it's like let's say cathartic. Is that the word? Where you just sort of spill? What's that? Talking cure? I don't know. I mean, that was the other thing. So I'm just trying to look if I can get help for my depression. Honestly, God, if I was a drug addict, I'd be able to get everything. It just seems there's nothing available. I don't know what's going on. It's just, oh, okay. I know we're early today, but I'm still nattering. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you to get your coffee ready. I'm sort of. It's just the regular morning nattering about not feeling well, not knowing what to do. Yeah, got myself some healing music today. We're watching. Heal my body, please. Oh, now to sit here and rest and let me know when you got your coffee done. And get some a little bit. I don't know. Might as well go live if I'm awake rather than sit here and watch the clock, right? If you're wondering who the other two people are, it's me on my phone and me on my TV. I don't know why. I think I need all the help I can get. I don't even know how I can chat to myself here. Oh well, that's okay. Haven't looked at the news. I know there was another school shooting and it was a young girl, 14, 15 years old, and I just stopped reading and paying attention when I started reading all the different possibilities of, oops, Tony's tummy there, all the possibilities of all these conspiracy stories. It's just like, I think it turned, so I'm not paying attention to the news today. There's just too much distractions. Um, Finished watching all my Christmas shows, but maybe I'll have to take a look. Either I'm going to take a look and see if I missed any, or I'm going to dive right back into the old EastEnders because, boy, they should have had me hooked, I'll tell you. But yeah, I can't even sit. I'm so fed up with this. But yeah, I don't know what I was talking about before. I was thinking maybe in the daytime I'll start a chat just open for people who are lonely or are anxious or just whatever. Here we go. But I wish it just I can be able to be a more two-way thing. It seems like me just nattering all the time, and I don't know if that would really help anybody. But I know there's got to be a lot of people out there that just need a friendly place to go. How do I find them all? I mean, there's got to be millions. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have many plans for today. Just take it as it comes. I found that's just probably the best way right now. Isn't that weird? I have trigeminal neuralgia, but if I lay on the side and I talk, my jaw, both sides clicks. It's annoying. Ugh. Comfortable position, please. Honestly, I tell you. Yeah, I'm watching a little body healing music. Hopefully it's not like copyrightable and you probably can't hear it anyways, but watched this morning. I watched the Mr. Bean Christmas special and the last of the 1999 EastEnders, Part 1. Can't find Part 2. Go figure. And that was the end of that. So a week to go. Excuse me, till Christmas, and maybe I'll work on the new. Is there something about laying like this and drinking coffee that gives me the hiccups? Because it seems like every morning I'm getting the hiccups. Like not a lot, just 3 or 4. That's it. Oh, I was saying the other two people in the room here happen to be me, and one of me on the TV, one of me on my phone. And I need all the help I can get. But yeah, I've looked at, I'm trying to watch other lives, but maybe it's just the wrong time because either they're in a different language, like usually from India, or it's just this, I can't believe you're what's sleeping. And then the one that I looked at, the sleeping video, it was just like pointed at the Christmas tree with the lights on. I mean, they had a cash app and everything there. I thought, well, okay. Maybe I'll go on early and just lay and stare at the camera and see if anybody comes in. But I don't know, maybe I should do it more in the daytime. I don't know what I'm afraid of. I mean, I don't care what people say about me. I don't worry about like, what are you going to say about me? It's going to bother me. Yeah, my life's already like crap. I mean, nobody is going to be able to. I know I got gray hair. I know I've got breaking out skin. I know I've got autism, and people may think I'm a little bit out there. And I don't know. I think it's more from seeing other vloggers that have had pretty tough time with trolls. Especially, what is that site? Tattle. There's a site called Tattle where they go and they break down these people and dissect them, and they're really horrible about it. I don't know why. I think I'm worried about watching other people. Like, I used to watch the Wilkes woman, and yeah, she did said a couple things that were controversial and got people upset. But man, it was like there's just like vultures waiting to tear this woman apart every time she said anything. And I think maybe it was. Yeah, there'd be a few too. There was another fully living in that. To see their reactions to all this online bullying and trolls and everything, I think has bothered me more than anything, because I don't really care what people say about me. I'm like 67 years old. I made it this far. Why should I care what people say? So yeah, maybe I'll try it later on today in the daytime. Just see what happens. Probably nothing. I'll probably talking to myself as usual. But the weird thing is, and I've noticed this, I talk to myself all the time. When I'm working, is this an autism thing, I wonder? When I'm working, I'm constantly describing to myself what I'm doing. Oh, and when I play GeoGuessr, there's complete weird conversations going on there. Like, I'm asking myself questions and answering them. So, what's the difference of sitting here, laying here, and rambling on to myself without a camera on? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that people. Oh, who cares what people think? Really? That must be. Now maybe that's an autism thing too, eh? Because you're always worried. I mean, I pretty well tried my best to take off my masks. Like, it was weird at first. When I really first started admitting to myself about, that I'm autistic, and like, my whole life I've had to. Um, ah, my my coffee. Check my Amazon pack. You can check and see about the status where they are. So I got to Ladysmith. All of a sudden I get this message. There's been a problem with your delivery. If you don't receive it by the 18th, let us know. I'm like, oh gosh, someone's taking my coffee. Don't tell me, please. So I guess we'll find out tomorrow. I've never had a problem before with Amazon. This is the first time. After I told you I've never had a ton of problem. But yeah, I hope your package comes around. I'm, being the person that I am, my full day is spent on checking where it is. And then when it gets in the van, they pack it goes. When it gets so many stops away, like 7 stops or something, you can watch it and be watching every step. But then I live in an apartment building. The things are easily stolen. And even though I have, please leave it at my door, it'll get stolen. And they do. There has been the time that they left it in the lobby. It wasn't Amazon. It was another company. It was really weird because it was like a medicinal tea. And I don't think if you, and I pretty well knew who took it. There was one fellow, and we left it down in the lobby. There's one fellow who took everything. It's a kind of tea that, unless you have the medical situations that I may have, you don't want to be drinking that tea. So I thought, oh, he probably got great revenge in that. So That was my only thing that got stolen, but it wasn't Amazon. But yeah, so fingers crossed for both of our Amazons. I think my tea. I had that happen once where they said something had gone wrong, and I think it was coffee again, and it coming as normal. So let me see. Let me see if there's been an update. Let me go to Amazon because I'm. Yes, see. Because I'll probably check it a million times today. Supposed to come tomorrow. Let's see, Amazon.ca. And I order like weekly from Amazon, so I don't know what the problem was. Ooh, let's see, accounts and lists. Am I in the right place? Yeah. Oh, wait, that's my list. Oh, returns and orders. The wrong one. Problem occurred. Let's see, track package. And of course, I ordered 2 boxes because they were on sale. Unfortunately, a problem occurred during shipping. If you have not received your package by 18 December, please come back for an update. We're sorry for the inconvenience. But when I click the tracking, it takes at 10:35 p.m. last night. It was processed in Ladysmith. So I'm hoping it is in Ladysmith. Wait a minute. It got damaged. The package is undeliverable and returning to sender because it is damaged. Oh, and it's coffee. The one thing I need. Okay, well, there you go. So I guess, yeah, there is problems sometimes. Hey, man, if the box is damaged, I'm fine with that. I wonder if they do that on purpose so I can keep my coffee. Well, there you go. So I don't know if I'm waiting for my Amazon package or not. Whew. Okay, anyway. Damaged. Where did it get damaged? Oh, I closed that. So now I gotta go easy on my coffee. Only 1 cup a day. I can only have 1 cup a day because I'll run out. I mean, I don't ask for a lot here. Coffee's one of them. Yeah, I put it bring to my door too, and they always do. And then they take a picture right away. Because of course by that time I'm chasing the truck, so I'm constantly in reload. The minute actually, let me stand there waiting at the door, because I know it's coming. But that's just me. I'm just a control freak. That's part of me. Part of me. But yeah, don't leave things in the lobby. You just never know. People are dishonest. That's the thing. Like I'm getting back to like I don't know what's going on with my life, but it just seems like there's just been way too much, especially at my age. You think I could rest, but like I try to live a very karmic, neutral life. I work as hard as I can not to do people wrong. I try not to judge people. It's very hard to do. I find myself sometimes slipping. Oh, that person's just sleeping. What kind of an ice cream is that? But is that judging? And I don't know. I try to do everything right. I try to be kind. I try to. I, I don't understand what's going on. I mean, is there some? Is it just the way it is? It just chance. I just have bad things happening. It's got nothing to luck, karma, or any of that stuff. I guess we're getting right down to the meaning of life. Yeah, that they use perlator, and they did that. When did they do that? They did leave something in the lobby. I got really angry too, and I messaged them about that. I can't remember what it was. But you see, my apartment is like right in the front of the building. I watch the guy. I know when the guy gets out. But yeah, things will get stolen. You know, it was really funny. My upstairs neighbor, she had gone shopping or something. She had this really nice sort of like big vase sort of thing. And I guess she was getting her shopping up, and she had to leave it in the lobby to take all the stuff upstairs and come down. And then she's going to get it. She came down, it's gone. So in the meantime, and this is kind of interesting because this fellow, he lives down the hall from me. He also claims to be able to be a medium, paranormal. He's got the little balls and everything. So one day he said to her, the woman upstairs, her boyfriend of 14 years, husband, partner, had just passed away. They're quite old, 10 years older than me or whatever. And he said, oh, he's been contacting this guy. We'll call him Andy. Contacting Andy, being in his apartment and all this stuff. And he was going to make a video, and he'd send her the video. So, oh no, he put it on his Facebook page. This video. So he does this, and of course, there's the balls making the balls light or whatever, and this, and he puts it on. He tells her, and I know her on Facebook, so I get access to this video. She goes, he showed me this video on that vase that went missing in his apartment. He was really angry, eh? So I don't know what he does is real or whatever. If he's authentic, he doesn't seem authentic. He doesn't seem authentic. But we know where the vase went. But I just thought it was so ironic that maybe Andy's like went with the vase or something. But it's so funny. She found her missing or stolen vase in this video. I don't know if she ever said anything about it, but oh, I'm telling you, it was pretty strange. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is just him because this is just something. This guy seems to go through little stages of things, and this medium stage, I don't know, it sort of popped up, and I didn't hear any more about it. So that was just kind of weird. But yeah, I don't leave anything. In fact, I was almost guilty because sometimes when people move, they leave things behind. There was this well-used computer chair. Oh, somebody left it behind. Maybe I'll roll it upstairs. Somebody turned out that we were getting a new manager in a little front office. We never had a manager before, and it was his chair. So I'm glad I didn't. But yeah, the mystery of the base was solved. I don't think she would have said anything to him. She's just the type of person that wouldn't have anything to do with him. She's a very nice lady. And to tell you the truth, when Andy passed away, he had a laptop. And she said to me, Andy's got this laptop. I don't want the information to be on there of him. So if you can wipe it clean, you can have it. And that's the laptop that I'm basically using. It's on my TV now. It's like it was a brand new laptop. I easy wipe clean everything. And that just made all the difference because I wouldn't even have television. My television is turning off. Let's see here. It wasn't Perlator. It was. Oh, see, I couldn't get a hold of Perlator either at that time. But I did get a hold of Amazon. I told them I didn't want any more deliveries from Perlator. It was like paper towels or something. It wasn't even something. I guess Amazon would just maybe use another company for things like that. I'm just going to turn my TV back on. Give me 1 minute. I'll be good for an hour when I do. Oh, I jumped up too fast. Oh. Yeah, before my remote control completely died, because this is an older TV, I had put it on a timer to shut off after like an hour and a half or something, because I was afraid to, I fell asleep with the TV on, but then it didn't work anymore, so I've not been able to change. I can't figure out without the remote how to change it to turn that off. So every hour and a half, I got to get up and change Maybe it's a good thing. Got to get up every hour and a half. Yeah, it was very nice of her. weird thing is, though, I told her one day that she has problems. I help her sort them out. Like she had a problem with her cable TV with the company, so I used my phone and went up there. And I told her that time. No, we're talking about something. I can't remember what it was. And she said, I'm so smart about things. I said, well, that's because I think like a computer. She says, what do you mean? I go, oh, I'm autistic. She goes, oh, you don't look like you are. You don't look what was it? Sort of like, I seem so smart or something. And since that day, she's had nothing to do with me. She's just totally blanked me. I don't know. So I guess I got to be careful on people that I tell them. I don't know why. I'm not. I don't. I mean, it is who I am, and it explains a lot, right? But it was really weird. It was like, even then, like she had to go downstairs to get her. She'd go to get her laundry, and she said to me, "Well, I'm going to leave you here alone while I go get my laundry downstairs. But I'll trust you." And I'm like, "Trust me? Oh, trust me." It's almost sudden, like by having that label, somehow it changed into probably a dumb thief, basically, I guess. But I'm like, oh, and that kind of bothered me because she was like one of the first person that I actually said this to. And, that's when I started getting worried about telling, like, even my children and that. I'm sure my children know. Like, I told my youngest son, it was just like, whatever. And my eldest son, that time he came in chat, mind you, I had sent him an email, like a message about it, but I hadn't surely gotten it. T. Roy Brown, when he came in, that's why I said to him, oh, by the way, I have autism. But I don't think, really, it'd be it. I didn't think, come on. They always knew I was different from everybody else's mother. They just call me eccentric, whatever. But yeah, I've been totally blanked by that. So I don't know. Yeah, I need to. I haven't even looked at the press. I made that thing. I'm going to look at all the press releases, make sure I get any stories of autism done. That people really need awareness that, I mean, I just think all of us are on a spectrum. It's just, you know what I mean? It's a long spectrum, and we're just all on our own little part of it. I don't know why we have to label everything, but people really they do need to be educated of what autism is, or even what, I don't know, what we use Asperger's. I've heard that now is like a negative term. So I'm not even sure, what words or what to say. All I know is for sure is I want everybody to know. To me, it's a liberating. I can finally sort of like, hey, that I've never been me. The last few years when I've sort of been isolated, the masks have come out, and I am being me now. God, no, she doesn't understand it at all. I'm sure it was just like. But it wasn't so much about, but you seem so smart. It was well, I'm going to go down and get my laundry now. I'm going to trust you. What did you think I'm going to do? I mean, I'm not going to take your stuff. I don't want you. I got too much stuff of my own. I'm telling you. But, yeah, and some people, I guess, you can't explain it to you. All you can do is, all I ever said, and all I try to teach my kids. By the way, I have 5 sons, 1 stepson. All I've ever done is try to teach my kids is just set a good example. That's all you can ever do is do your best and set a good example. And I guess that's all we can even do, if we're on a spectrum or not on a spectrum. I'd say we're all on a spectrum. Boy, that light ever bothered my glasses. But remember when I first started, I couldn't even look at myself? So I am coming along. But yeah, I want to have more content in that just to educate people. I mean, this is the whole reason we had to keep it secret because my brother had a brain injury, had schizophrenia. My mother didn't want another child. She had to deal with any psychological differences. Hmm. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's, yeah, okay, for people are coming later. Isla says, remember the old days. If you were a disabled child, they locked you in the attic or asylum somewhere. And that's exactly what my mother was afraid of. She didn't even tell me all this stuff until she was getting on in years and she had to unload it. Um, but that's what she was afraid of because my brother, they did lock him away and he did. I mean, this is talking like 1960, I think, 1959, 60. He had everything bad done to him. And yeah, there's still a lot. Man, yeah, it's just it is a lot of that thing. People are just that's the problem with this whole thing that's going on. I think in governments and that now is people have become so suspicious of anyone or anything that isn't exactly like them. And I'm not like them. I've never wanted to be. Yeah, I know. My brother was the greatest person. I swear to God, he had the kindest heart. And I think if he hadn't, like, he got into the accident a couple of days after either he turned 18 or 19, whatever it was, stopped us from getting, my parents, my family, from getting a lot of help for him because he was an adult when it happened rather than a child by 2 days. But he had the best personality. Everybody loved him. And I think if he hadn't had the accident at 17 or 18 or what it was, he probably really would have been somebody. Um, he just had the charisma everywhere he went. But yeah, he had to go through a lot. And my mother had to basically care for him when he wasn't in an institution his whole life. Um, had to care for him for maybe 60 years. It's a long time. And then she was just afraid. I guess maybe she couldn't handle more than one like that. One issue. But it is what it is. But since I'm being able to admit this to myself, and like my husband, he always knew that. Of course it was. And I was talking about yesterday that my BFF from Motorola, when I told her, she said, "Of course." She said, "I know that." So I think the people that really mattered to you like that understood it, and they accepted that's really what matters. I think I was worried about my children more than anything, but so far I've only told two. And of Ola, of course, my sweet Ola, my daughter-in-law. But I mean, who has to it's this feeling that you have to explain your psychological condition, right? Yes, I have a depression and anxiety. It's because I overthink things too much. But all that I'm accepting that. I would like to. I like to. It'd be good to connect with other people. And we know that I actually think it's a superpower to tell you the truth. I think my autism is a superpower. Ida says, my oldest son has severe cerebral palsy and is in 24-hour care home since birth. Aww. Thankfully, he had great adoptive parents and the home. Oh, you're so lucky he has a good home. That's what I'm saying. Is when we got Gary into Brock Farney, it was such a relief to know that he's getting good care. But oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's a terrible thing to have to go through. Cerebral palsy is such a difficult disease condition. Yeah. So you understand how it feels to be a mom that's how my mom felt. The other thing about my mom too is she really didn't get any um, support. My dad, he was like this hotshot businessman. He wasn't even here half the time. I mean, he was here maybe on weekends sometimes. But he, as far as Gary went, I think he kind of refused that Gary even had it was even in a situation and just expected. He wanted Gary to go live on his own. That's what he wanted, and maybe he never even. You got to remember the old days in the 50s and that children were the mother's responsibility. Fathers were the breadwinners, and they went off and did their thing. So yeah, she didn't get any support at all. So of course, in the end, well, later on, she ended up having a nervous breakdown and just sort of lost it. And I can see why. But she never stopped feeling guilt for that accident that my brother had, which is a shame. You know. Yeah, when you have people with healthy families and they're so blessed, I really, they should, I really hope that they really appreciate that they are. It's just, yeah, when people have what they need, they're so fortunate. I just hope they appreciate it because I know, um, I've been I've been struggling to get there for a long time, and I'm hoping in my lifetime I can. He's 46 now. Yeah, I think I have a son that's 46. I have a son that's 50, 47, stepson 47. Son 46. My other son's going to be 42 tomorrow, and my youngest is 40. Wow, do I feel old? Oh, yeah, you trying to care for him? Yeah, that's the problem. Is having the support. You know, just having somebody by your side that say, "Hey, you're doing the best that you can." It's a pretty lonely world. Telling you. Fortunately, knock on wood, all of my children. I have how many grandchildren? I also have my father. My my husband has a daughter that he had when he was 15, but he's never been a part of her life. We've only reconnected in the last few years. So she's got two children. So I never know whether to count them as grandchildren or not because we really don't have a relation. But let's see. Let's count my grandchildren, not counting her too. 2, 5, 8, because one's a stepson. 8, step grandson. 8. No kids. 8 and 8. Who am I forgetting? Oh, wait, 11, 14. 14 grandchildren and one great grandchild. Yeah. I mean, it's hard. I gotta back up and think of it. I should look at my autism book. I have all their names for birthdays listed because I forget. 16 if you count the two of my husband's daughter that he had. But thankfully, knock on wood, every single one is healthy. Um, and doing well. I'm telling you, because I can't even imagine having a child or a grandchild that's disabled. It would be difficult, and the thing is, there isn't any other support. So yeah, man, let's try to create a chat room here for people who need. I want to support people. I want to support each other. Just don't know how to do it. It's almost I don't know why I've gotten this disease, this illness the last few months that's made me just do nothing but basically be with my thoughts because I can't really work. I can't really create because I can't sit up. But I have thought about it. And that's what got me on here is how many people are stuck, even though trying to do their I can understand, you know, you felt bad that you had to put him in a home. But, the thing is like with Gary, we just couldn't cope. It couldn't be expected any more of us. We couldn't do any better. And your son at least is in a home where they care for him and doing the best. But we're only capable of doing so much. There's only so much within us. Like when I was telling when my mother, who was blind and deaf and dementia, like, and my oh, you had your son about the same age I had my first son. I had my son when I was 17. You're saying you had your son when you were 18? Is that what you're saying? So, don't mind me. I forget my thoughts sometimes mid-thought. So if I'm talking about something and stop talking about it, start talking about something new, it's only because I sort of lost my train of thought. But yeah. You were 17? I was 17 when I had my eldest son. I was 17 and I was basically on my own. My dad said, "You got yourself into this problem. You can deal with it yourself." Yeah. That was a pretty scary when you're that young. I actually knew very, very little. I was like, because of my autism, maybe I trusted the wrong people. I really didn't fit in at school or anything, so I ended up like in Gastown with the Gastown hippies, and I can't tell the story because this guy's still alive and he is the father of three of my children, so I'm not gonna go into that. Let's just say he was very, very, very not very good to me. Yeah, gosh, we have so much in common. Honest to goodness. Um, where I lived I worked with the Georgia Strait because they thought it was really good to have a 16, 17-year-old pregnant person selling newspapers at the same time as Bob Geldof. And yeah, he was just a wannabe writer at that time. But at the time, he managed to get me into this house at 11th and Main. It was like a big old rooming house that a bunch of hippies lived in, where basically you had a squat. And the whole idea was with him. He knew the guy that owned them. They were all in it together, um, to bring sort of like this message of people needing homes, and these homes are going to be demolished, and it's going to make it worse, and blah blah. Yeah, there was some kind of, I don't know. I just lived there. I was your token pregnant person. Um, But yeah, there was quite a bit of blind guy there, Peter. We have all sorts. He had like a token person of every sort in there. But yeah. But then I got an apartment, in the commercial drive area, and actually I was doing quite. I was a good mom. It was like that was like the thing that I think I had found my place at that time. But let this guy creep back into my life, and my one day, a woman on the main floor, I live on the top floor, the third floor, started the place on fire. Her child was taken away by children's services or whatever. So she poured gasoline and lit a fire. And so, anyways, when my place burnt down, and this guy says, "Hey, well, I'm going to Toronto. Want to come with me?" And me, like a fool, I nowhere else so I could go. I went with him. Took me 7 years to get back, but then I had two more children. It was, uh, you know, it was it was a yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad because I think I was young. I was 16, 7 when I was 16, 17, but I was like younger because I was pretty sheltered. I never, um, I basically raised myself. I was like, I think I probably stopped going to school about the eighth grade. Sort of went when I wanted, or whatever. But yeah, I've been sort of on my own. I'm specifically like on my own since I was 15. I left when I was 15. But I was a lot younger because I was quite sheltered. I didn't know anything, which was probably what caused me to a child at 17. But um, I was saying, thank goodness my children are all healthy, and I'm really sorry you had to go through all that at a young age. Oh my gosh, that must have been harsh. But yeah, what is life? We've got a lot of life stories. Um, I think they can help a lot of people. Like I said, personally, I don't want to talk about anything that involves any of my children's fathers. I have like 4 baby daddies. Can you believe it? Before I finally met yeah, it made me stronger too. I hope. I mean, this is why I'm still here right now. But yeah, finally, when I was 25, I met my current husband, and I he's put up a lot. Not only me being like autistic and always a little bit different, but here I had a bunch of children. Well, he had a son too, but I had super trust issues because I'd been let down so much. But hey, man, we're still together, and even right now in this illness, he's taking really good care of me, and I count my blessings. Can't believe how long we've been together since 1983, April 1st, 1983. I met him. So, wow, almost 41 years, and pretty lucky for that. Honest to goodness. But and it's never been easy. It's been hard for us both at the same time. It's never been easy. Never been easy. It turns out he had a mother who was like a super. We're talking like narcissism to the highest degree, where she basically controlled everybody in the family by pitting them against each other, and it worked. She did it well, but it just it was always creating drama. Always had to be drama. Always had to be something. So that was a trip, I tell you. And it's weird because I told you the story yesterday about Motorola. Well, Motorola, when they told me that, just give me a minute. I have to use the washroom. I'll be right back. Before I tell this story. I'm back. Okay. Story time part 2. A Motorola. It got to the point was basically when I was at Motorola, I can't have the pillows for the open part space. Anyways, um, Motorola bought a company in Richmond called Mobile Data, and it became Motorola. So eventually, what they're going what they're going to do is okay. They're going to move everything um, to Chicago. So of course I'm not going to Chicago. I don't want to go to Chicago. For the same reason that all the executives that came to Richmond said, "Oh, Richmond, it's so beautiful in Vancouver. You wouldn't want to be in Chicago." So I didn't buy in Chicago. So they actually did say to me, "Is when everybody learned that my cousin was Ross Johnson, always it must be in your blood. You got to be a marketing person. You need to go to university and learn marketing. You be a marketing. You just got like." I don't know, whatever I was doing for them. I used to do a lot of stuff for them. I do, but it was fun. But I didn't want to be a lifetime executive stuff. So you need to go to university. So at that time, this open learning project sort of thing was starting. It was through the Knowledge Network, UBC, SFU, and the University of Victoria, and they're going to start for the very first time this online classes, online university classes, cut first class. So it was arranged that if I would help them with the people who had, because this is new, this is like 1995, maybe 94, 95, people who had not ever done this before might need some help, like the students. And that if I would do that, they would cover my costs, and I could take like 3 classes, which I took psychology, sociology. I didn't take marketing, sociology, and history. So, oh, that was going great. I loved it. I loved it. I did really, really well. And I said to my husband, "Oh, this is great. You should come and you should take a course." So he said, "Yeah, I'll take psychology too." So he came, and sociology. So he came on. He was doing it. So while we were taking the sociology and psychology, we started figuring out what his mom was doing to all of us and how she's doing this. And one day, her marriage, she tried it. He goes, "Look, I know exactly what you're doing. I'll take psychology now. This is what you're doing. I'm not taking it anymore." And and once we had her figured out, she just knew she couldn't get away with us anymore. It just changed the whole manipulation thing, which was weird. Yeah, so I took those courses, and yeah, did really well. I went on and took out student loans, which I paid all my student loans off 100%. Um, and then that's when I started getting involved in the internet. It just sort of, well, I knew I didn't want to work in corporate. I knew I really didn't want to work around a lot of people, because one thing I learned in the corporate is maybe because I went right straight into the vice president's office, and it had just been taken over another company. These are all the old employees from MDI. All the other secretaries and everybody but Anne and the vice presidents absolutely hated me and treated me horribly and tried to make me screw up. Like the time I was telling you, when we had all the people come from Boynton Beach, I had to keep a secret. Nobody in the building could even know this was happening. So what happened is I don't know why, all these other secretaries knew I couldn't handle all these people on my own, like I do all their mail and everything, and they disappeared. They just disappeared. I didn't get any help there. But yeah, there was just a lot of backbiting in that. And I thought, I don't want to be in an environment where I'm spending all my time, where I have to worry about people backstabbing me and lying and that. So I knew I didn't want to work with other people. I knew I liked to research that. So that's why I started getting on the idea of creating a telework network where we could get people who could work from home, and maybe they had illnesses or disabilities and they couldn't get out, but they still had a brain, and they still wanted to do things. So I was working that on Usenet, trying to get that together, and it sort of, I guess the mining company sort of thinking the same thing, and they found me and um, recruited me. They said, "This is what we want to do," and that's everything just sort of became the World Wide Web afterwards. But even there, I can remember, of course, because we had our prima donnas and snobs and that. But all the meetings were by chat, just like this. We didn't have like any video or anything. Um, and I was very honest all the time, and I always just try to tell people. I was living in Hawaii then, so I was working with a few other Hawaiian guides, and really had that aloha spirit. So I got along very, very well with the managers and editors and things like that. And it caused a lot of, like when they made me marketing manager, I didn't want that. Even again, the marketing thing. Maybe I'm good at marketing. I don't know. I'm good at marketing myself, unfortunately. But even then, but the thing was, it's chat, so you could turn that off. I didn't really bother me. These people didn't bother me the same as when you're right there with them, and I don't know. I guess what I found out, and Anne said the same thing with her. They all, nobody would associate with her or have coffee or anything as far as the other women. But I think what she explained to me is some of these women, they've been here for years, and they were hoping to elevate to the position that I just sort of stepped into because Anne took me in as intern and realized she really we worked well together and to keep me there. So I guess one thought that I had taken their position into that they had sent me in from Chicago, and everybody hated people from Chicago. So, but yeah, I think the corporate was that. I liked the work and I liked to get the things done, and I liked I got along well with the customers. It was just the other women. Gosh, can't be in an environment like that. But yeah, so the whole internet thing was good. When I was about, like, it took a long time. I worked for $200 a month for probably the first few years, but I was promised I would be doing well so many years in, and I did. At that point, I was making American $8,000 a month. I was bringing in. This is 2001, and so I had made it. I'd done it. I'd worked for it. It was great. And then, of course, they decided to close the children's channel, and they closed the Canadian channel, which was Vancouver. I was gone. The door just closed. That was it. Just shut one day. Went in, couldn't get in. And, of course, my whole world had imploded because not only was it just like my website, I had helped build that company. So, yeah, so we went into the lawsuit, $100 million lawsuit. That went on for 10 years. But the afternoon, now I'm going to say because this is kind of important now, the afternoon that about closed, two women in England, Carol and Sue, started up a new network, the All Info About Network. And anybody that had been outed that needed a new place, they invited over. And so I worked there for the next few years until Carol had a heart attack, I think. So they had to close it down because of her health. And the reason I'm saying this is on the 13th, Carol, she passed away. And yeah, Carol. So that's kind of, she was the woman that gave me a second chance. Oh, David Francie mentioned me in a comment. I'm trying to see. Yeah, David Francie. David Francie. What did he say? Oh, he's trying to sell me a shirt. David Francie is a Canadian artist, singer uh, that I just love. If you want to Google him, David, his last name is Francie, Francey. He's from Scotland originally, but like a folk singer. Red Winged Blackbird, one of my favorite songs he sings. But yeah, so I can't remember where I was. The Snobs or whatever. Okay, I went about. Oh yeah, all up about Sue and Carol. So yeah, I was always happy for that. And then after that, I just sort of struggled. Got into a lot of networks that just basically used me long enough to build content and sold the company. And then same thing. But okay, there's something else. Yeah, we'll talk about music. How David Francie. As the guide for Vancouver, I was able to cover like Vancouver any the music concerts or whatever. And one was the Vancouver Folk Music Festival. And every year, Doug Simpson, the artistic director, he said, "I'm the only person who wrote things as they should be, and as wasn't told what to do in that." So he would send me, I don't know, half a dozen passes for the weekend for my. Have a little crew. That I'd bring down. I had my runner that would get us our spots, and I had my photographer, and I had this. Anyway, through the years, the 10 years of doing that or whatever, I even continued doing that after a bout, I did all of a bout, I got to get to know quite a few musicians from around the world. And I can thank you, Doug Simpson, for that. He introduced me to so much world music. So yeah, so that's really that opened up the world of music for me. Started writing about that, and on and on and on, until I have to take care of my family because they have nowhere to go. And here I am, trying to rebuild my life again. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. How do you start? How do you get a channel working like that for people just even at the age of 67 trying to rebuild your life again? I think that people can do it together more in a group. Just learn how to track those people. You got to. This is what I see. You have to have some kind of major event, some catastrophe or whatever crazy something happen that you can put up and becomes viral. So all these people come in. The chances are even a tenth of them subscribe. But then you got these subscribers. You're going to show up in their feed, so maybe now and then they'll come back. I don't know if I'm interesting enough or not. I don't know. Maybe if I have something fantastic happen, I'll become interesting. I think once I can get up and walk out of bed, I'll be a heck of a lot more interesting. But I'm just stuck with how to how to market or drive people to this my 630 pages of content, how to bring people in here to have a community that I don't even know what it's going to be about, but I'm open to pretty well anything legal and ethical. I'm just sort of at this crossroads that I seem to always be at, whereas I don't know which way to go. But I know there's got to be a million people thinking exactly the same thing. I don't want all of them. I only need a few of them. I'm glad to have you. I like it. My gosh, can you imagine? Oh, I spent the last 2 weeks sitting here talking to myself. I mean, like I said, throughout the day I talk to myself anyways, but it's nice to not have to be alone. I like to find those out. All the lonely people. I don't know. Maybe I should put a thing. Maybe this afternoon I'm going to put up a blog for I'll do one for all the lonely people. See if anybody comes in. I don't know. I don't know how they do it, but that's what I think. I think people just, you know, when I think back at the people, okay, the Wilkes woman, well, she exposed some popular blogger for allegedly doing wrongful things. So all these people came in. But then what happened was a lot of people stayed because they couldn't believe she was an ex-cop when saying things. They couldn't believe the things she was saying, and they wanted to see how this all played out. But then a good portion of them really hated on her, and they came back for hanging. Pretty much, okay, I'm glad you like me being myself. I don't know. I mean, you're probably the only person that's seen me for, I don't know. But yeah, she says she caused a controversy, but it backfired because it was done through hurting someone else, I think. And at that point, people were on the watch just because she got her traffic, I guess, by putting someone down. Maybe that attracted that back. It's really too bad. She did get a lot of hate. I mean, nobody's perfect, and she definitely is no same as everybody else, not being perfect. Um, and then it was Miss Veronica. Well, then they did this sort of fake poltergeist, her and her husband thing, and this is why I can't understand it. You're doing the real deal. You should be getting the traffic. Somehow they managed to. I mean, they have millions of people came in for this. So, she's got 160,000 subscribers. But the thing is a lot of stuck around with her story about, hey, yeah, this is all fake, but my I got a narcissist ex-husband and he's abusing me, and this is what's going on, and I'm going to be totally public about it because why not? So a lot of people stayed. So even though it started with a bit of a deception in that, I like her as a person and I trust her as a person. And she's come to say, hey, she's been totally honest and authentic about it. But then again, she had that. That's what brought the people in. Tanya, Tanya, maybe she has a couple hundred subscribers, but I don't think very many. Maybe 10 or 12 people that come by every day. And yeah, his name is Poltergeist something or other. Their channel was, but it was so made up and so you could just so tell. It was just so fake. Yeah, Tanya just got her regular ones. I think just coming to support. We just become friends. But I mean, you look at these large channels and you wonder how. I know the ones that have been in from the very beginning, and and some of the travel ones and that they're doing exciting things. I like to just follow that. But what about just the regular people? I try to every now and then just live to see who's on and what this. Like I said so far, I get a lot of people in different languages, but um, I mean, there's a lot of just sitting around just like me. I'm surprised. I worry about cursing because the odd word will come out if I, you know, um, if I get worked up. But I know a lot of people do swear a lot. But it's hard because my main thing is music. I can't use music. I can't really give examples of music. I can talk about music. I have a lot of interest in that too, though. But yeah. I joined this group on Facebook about driving people to your YouTube channel, and I suppose I would appreciate anybody would subscribe. I don't think anybody did, but I did get a lot of emails from people wanting to bloody charge me money. Bloody, see, I say bloody a lot. I don't know if that's just a curse word or not. I just said they want to charge. I don't have money to spend. I don't want to buy thousands of subscribers. I want people who really want to be here. But how do I find the people who want to be here? It just everything seems to be a scam to try to do it. I guess patience. Keeping my chat room open at different times of the day. I don't know. I mean, I figure I've tried all the social medias, but this is the one I've sort of stepped away from because of the fear of being judged and seeing how the other people are judged, whether it's legitimate or not. The weird thing is Tanya, who always has been so authentic and so real, and I mean every emotion in that has just let it go. I don't. I've never seen an incident of anybody ever bullying her or being negative. I think one time somebody told her she needed to go see a therapist, which is like obviously she's in a breakup and she's depressed. Like, I mean, everybody's going to feel like that if they've just broken up and they're depressed. But I'm glad I accidentally came across her channel because it has really helped me with a lot of my emotions. And I mean, I feel with her. I'm so empathetic with her now to the point, well, and even when I see her happy, it makes me happy because I know everything she's overcome. So maybe she's got 300 or something subscribers. I've got 97 or 98, I think. We're heading up there to the 100. Yay! But how do you do it? How do you get subscribers? I don't know. I'm hoping it's word of mouth, but then from word of mouth, you gotta. I'm going around in circles again. It's that autism brain of mine. Some people who Isla says, and Isla is an authentic medium, by the way. Isla says some people who do ghost hunting, who are fake, yeah, it does make it hard for you who do the work to help others, and that's the thing. But they're the ones that get all the noise, all the views, all the I guess it's just sort of like the fake news. If it bleeds, it bleeds. But I mean, like, they're so fake. It's just like, oh no, I'm so scared. There's a ghost in the room. What am I gonna do? Um, I don't know. And why we always have to be afraid. You know, the only thing I'm afraid of is I don't want to deal with people that passed on that I don't want to deal with. I didn't want to deal with them in life. I certainly don't want to deal with them now. You know, um, I think, you know, as far as people go, we finished everything properly. The only thing is my dog, is my Lucy. That's the only spirit that I am interested in communicating with. Only the fact that she's with me, But yeah, these people that do the fake ones, first of all, it's the whole element of fear, eh? Got to be afraid of these. I don't know if you have to be afraid. Why would you be any more afraid of these spirits in afterlife than you would have, unless it was somebody you were fearing during life? I don't know. Let's see. What's happening? Did I pop off here? I've actually got myself here on YouTube too. Oh, there's me. Hello, me. See myself. Oh, that's weird. Go back to the music. Stay away. Where is it? I got 3 YouTubes open. Ah, there we are. I don't know. Yes, yeah, it was a skit. And she said it was a skit. Yeah, it is. No. See, that's the thing. The only thing, that I had experience ahead is when you see a movie or something, and it's always fear. Oh, I had never seen it, but what about that movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze? Wasn't that a whole different situation? I don't know. Maybe I should watch it. I mean, I'm obviously going to be in bed for a while, and it must be on Prime. I don't know if you watched that Prime, that Lore that I mentioned yesterday. A friend that I met through Irish musician, somehow related. His name is Emmett Scanlon, and he was in it. It was one of his like the first Prime thing that he's been in. He's been in a lot of things since. So yeah, it was we need more. I got Prime in the first place to support him to watch the show. Say, oh, everybody watch the show; they can get more jobs. And he's doing very well in his career right now. But I've known him for well over a decade. But I thought, Lord, see, I don't with my way of thinking, don't watch a lot of fictional things because I have a hard time working them out. But Laura's based on all these folklore stories, so I thought you might be interested in some of that kind of stuff. I don't know if you're in folklore or not, but his history and folklore, and I just thought, um, other than Britbox, I haven't been watching much on Prime. Fell asleep during Emmerdale last night, which was odd. But yeah, um, it seems like that also the fear mongering thing is at play in this the spiritual world. Well, it's always going to be a scary thing. When you think of how much they use fear to control people nowadays, everything's fear. Oh gosh, like I say, I started that school shooting yesterday. Once they announced the shooter was a 15 or 14-year-old girl, of course. Next thing you know, she's a transgender, man-hating, and it just goes on. I'm like, well, why? If she hates, or he, I guess, hates men, would he have or she have, or he have, or whatever, have a transgender thing to become that? It just made no sense. And I thought, this is just getting ridiculous. It's like, who gets these stories happening? So I thought, I'm not paying attention to any of this. There's a school shooting. It's a terrible tragedy. There was definitely something wrong when a child feels they have to take a gun to school. But I'm not bringing all these other stories in innuendo and who. It's crazy. I just think of these families. Gosh. Actually, me being me, I just bypassed everything. I did a search for I knew the street address. I managed to find the street address of this girl. Found her father's Facebook, and from the pictures, recent pictures he has of his daughter, she definitely is not a man. She's not a male. She's a female, and most of that stuff is just made up stuff. Yeah, so I got to stay away from the news again. It's just you can't get the real news anymore. And as far as the Canadian government, I don't even know what's going on there. I think I passed out early yesterday and missed all that. I don't even want to get into that. I don't even. I dropped out of politics completely. I figure when you're 65, if they're not helping, all I want to do is help the people over 65. That's all I want. You can be any political party you want. Take care of me. I don't care about anybody else anymore. I don't care about what you do. It's just beyond me now. Okay. Ida says, oh, my friend Charlene, whose life was taken. I don't know if you can say that word. M-word on YouTube. I'm learning. Helped get her murder solved. The woman who was involved confessed because she saw my friend's spirit in her window. That's what my friend's uncle told me. Yes, good. You know, see, that's good coming out of it. I'm sorry about your friend Charlene, but I think if your life is taken away, even though you're no longer with us here on this world, you deserve your justice. Yeah, yeah. Another missing woman I know I've seen came through on Facebook to me yesterday. I didn't catch it. I was having a bad day yesterday. We had a major meltdown day yesterday. No, I don't think it's going to be on my feed, but I know if there's another woman missing. So many women go missing. Is it just Vancouver Island? I notice it because it's where I live, or is this happening everywhere? It just seems like an odd amount of women that go missing on Vancouver Island. I don't know. And right here in Nanaimo, Lisa, I mean, it's been what 20 years or something since she went missing, and I don't know. I'm a rambling again off topic. I need to get back onto a compass here. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, my university. And since doing the whole university thing there online, it started me a career of online. I've attended. Let me tell you some of the universities I have attended online. Let's see. Let's go look at my profile here. I enjoyed doing it for a while, but I was really concentrating on marketing the last little while and got to the point they were pretty well all the same. Let's see. Business management at Babson College in Massachusetts. I guess a university. I can't remember which one it was. University of Maryland, Curtin University. Did a lot of Curtin. I did a lot in Australian universities. Government of Canada. That's University of British Columbia. University of Maryland again. Marketing, digital business. University of Edinburgh. Studied empathy and emotional intelligence at Berkeley. Remote, and I'm telling you, all the courses I've taken, remote work revolution at Harvard, I learned more. I learned more than that. And you know what I learned more? When you got to do something, you do it right now. Social media marketing at Boston University. Internet technology at EDX, University of California, Berkeley. And also, I took a course from the guy, the head honcho of Google. I am in the 1% of search people able to search in the world. I took actually advanced search techniques. Okay, oh, you already said that. Okay, I read that. So I was taking up until about a year ago. Then I started realizing I'm taking all these marketing courses. They're all exactly the same, and because of my autism, I can't communicate properly, so I can't implement all these great ideas. I've got so many ideas. haven't been implemented. Okay, Isla says, I was with her when she was kidnapped, and later that night I saw her spirit, and she told me what happened and where her body was. She was found exactly where she showed me 1 year later. Wow. Man, I mean, you should be getting a lot of people on your channel. We need to learn how to marketing. Maybe we start a chat marketing for the introverted and spectrum oriented individual. We've got stories to tell, and I think they're a lot more interested in people sleeping or while they're sleeping, a camera at their Christmas tree. I don't know, or shopping. I found that with a lot. I would follow bloggers, and it would just sort of evolved into, well, we went shopping today, and here's our haul. Um, it can be interesting for so long, but your audience is someone like me, and I'm sure I'm more common than most that really can't afford to go shopping, can't afford all this extra stuff, can barely afford the minimum. I mean, like these, I got sweatpants, my good pants. I'm wearing my good pants, my sweatpants. But to watch other people just out buying this and buying that, and especially at Christmas time, holy cow! It not only has it become not interesting, but it becomes kind of depressing because they start thinking, well, how come they can afford all this stuff? Well, they can afford all this stuff because they got 3 million viewers who watch them opening up all the stuff that they have. I mean, I'm just trying to get my coffee from Amazon. Come on, but yeah, it sort of evolved into a lot of stuff like that. I did start following a guy yesterday who was on a cruise. Well, he'd gone to Hilo. I found that I used to live in Hilo, so he did a tour sort of of my old neighborhood and of the zoo. So I started following. I watched one video of his aboard the ship he's got. Yeah, managed to get himself figured out how to get himself basically a free cruise for 2 weeks. So I was watching that, something different. I do like the travel vlogs and that, but yeah, what makes somebody popular on YouTube? I just want without paying for it. I mean, I posted one post on this YouTube channel, and man, people sure want to take my money. But it's just like, I will sell you. Yeah, we'll take your money and we'll sell you 1,000 subs. What is that? Enough to whatever. However is enough to be able to apply to YouTube to make money. But the thing is, you have to, in order to really, sure you can apply, but you have to continue with that many subscriptions that you're going to maintain it. So it just makes no sense buying 1,000 or 3,000 subscribers. They're probably not even real. But I guess his patience. Elizabeth or Liz. Let's just call her Liz now. Elizabeth Veronica, if you want to look for her channel. Elizabeth Veronica. We'll call her Liz. I've never joined a channel before, but I did. I joined hers for the $2.99 a month, whatever, because I do enjoy her content. But also for members, she's going to start doing this sort of helping people, promote their YouTube channel, what you can do to get more people. So I'm looking forward to that. It's just that, she's had a lot of, she's like me, she's got multiple ex-baby daddies. So she had to deal with a lot of situations with them. But, and Chris, there goes my TV getting off. Once she gets things together, she's going to have these members only chats. And I'm really hoping to learn a few things from her, because I like her style. And I like the fact that she came out, hey, this is me. This is what my situation. And I'm honest with you. That's all I wanted to be. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I had the answers. Okay, what time? It's 6 o'clock. My TV's off. I need to go and do my stats now. I don't do my Google inserts because I know that's going to be something's going to happen where everything's going to shut down for about 10 hours on my website. So I don't need everything to go backwards to once I came. I told my husband yesterday, I said, oh boy, I just got an email. They got to change my IP address. I got to go change that DNS. So I hope that doesn't happen with Google again. And he just like, no. I can't deal with this room. I mean, he doesn't understand any of the stuff because he doesn't work with it, but he understands like when I'm stressed and I have to work on something, I turn into an absolute crazy person. But this time I think I've done it before and I'm keeping the mindset. Something I'm going to do in a couple of minutes, it's going to be fine. And they did say once it's done, it's going to be a lot better. It's going to be a lot more stable and faster and whatever. Of course, they're going to say that. And the fact that Hostinger does offer really good one-on-one support. So fingers crossed for the 19th. Oh, I just want it to be, come on, let's not have any more of these emergencies. So today, laying on my side, not sitting, not breaking toes or any other bones, uh, no plans other than doing my stats. I think maybe I might come on and just try a few things. Just try to see, maybe call all the lonely people or call I don't know, call all the lonely people, call the people who are trying to rebuild their life, try anybody who wants to help each other. I don't know. Sundays, invite people to share their paranormal. Yeah, that would be interesting. And that might bring people in. Um, I know you did that one where you could bring somebody else in. I'd like to learn that. That would be interesting because, yeah, like this one way things is okay if people like looking at my face and listen to me drone on and on. But it would be nice to learn how to do with the split screen and that. But yeah, that would be a good idea for Sundays. And you know what? That is. What do I hear? I think I hear myself on my phone talking. That would hopefully. Well, I'm telling you what. This channel, we're going to learn how to market ourselves. I'm going to, whatever I figure out, I'm going to share with you because, yeah, I sure got the grief story. Oh my gosh. This story with Lucy. The thing is, the problem is air. I mean, you can hear me in my voice right now. I can't talk about it because I can't get past. The thing is, I don't want to get past it. I miss her so much. It's almost like I don't want to get past the grief because I do. I feel like I've truly lost her. But yeah, it might help people and share the grief stories. See, didn't cry for 25 years, but that's always the one thing I'll do it. But maybe they can share your grief stories. It's hard living with it because you wonder sometimes if you're the only one. Am I the only one that's how many months? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 months she's been gone, and it's like it happened yesterday. I don't know. Do you think maybe sharing grief stories might help people? Like people like this. There's the bottom line. I just want to create a place where people can feel helped. But I'm telling you, whatever I learned to. Maybe I need. Is there a university course in this? Maybe I should go check. No. But whatever I learned, believe me, I'm going to share with you because we're real people. We have real stories. And all that noise out there doesn't even matter, really. What matters is we both got stories to tell. We both got our own way, special way of thinking things out, making sense of things. And I know you've mentioned you're also on the spectrum. It's like we've been, shut down and shut up for long enough. Maybe I just think there's a lot of us out there. And we're just trying to find each other, and I got to figure that out. And I'll support you on your channel for sure because you're always supporting me. And we'll figure this out. I mean, come on. The real people got to survive. The real people got to be successful too. We shouldn't be left behind because our talents aren't in shopping. Well, obviously, my talents must be in shopping because I'm $15,000 in debt, which is destroying my life. So little, but so much. But yeah, yeah. Got to do something. Got to do something to make it work. Anyways, I've got to go do my stats now. It's 6 a.m., 6:10 a.m. Maybe not. I need to start popping on here from time to time because I don't have a lot of work to do now. Don't need this laptop to be doing work. Um, and there's always, don't need my Chromebook to doing work. And there's always the laptop. But yeah, okay. Yeah, I was pretty sure that we both came out. But gotta make this work. We gotta make this work. So I'm gonna learn what I can. Yeah, I'm gonna be obviously if there's any legitimate courses. There's so much scams out there. And I'm gonna share with you. We're gonna make this work. And I'm gonna try to pop on during the day, so we'll see. Maybe we'll get up to Miles later on. He seems to. It's funny now because he'll jump up in the bed and put his head right in front of the. Maybe he just likes looking at himself. I don't know. I thought about that first. I thought, oh, you want to be a YouTube star, but now maybe it's just him looking at himself. So I'm gonna pop off now and do my stats and um, yeah, get the morning started. I don't know if this is like you, but I'm a vampire. I do not like the daytime. I like the nighttime. So I'm usually more active when it's dark. I actually Googled the other day, when is the sunset coming? Anyways, yes, you have a wonderful day today too. I hope your Amazon package reaches you, and obviously mine was damaged somehow. So either someone's got my copy and I'm gonna have to get a new copy and make this copy last. And yeah, have a wonderful day. I'm gonna pop off now and we'll talk to you later. And thank you again for supporting me and coming. I look forward to this because I know you'll be here. That's good. And we have some good conversations. You've opened my mind up about quite a few things. I'm already, I can hear the rain coming down. Must be raining. Okay, I'm off. You have a good day. Thank you so much.